London coming in tonight, second of the penalty kill, 84.5. And they will get their first chance here. The home team will, with the man advantage. And Sam Dickinson will start by dumping it down the ice. Played 31 seconds, and Anthony Cristoforo will come out of his own corner. He's got Protas with him. Going to bank it back. Greentree here on the right side. Nesbitt and Belchez, the unit for the Spitfires. Picked off by Protas. Tries to dish, goes off a leg. Dickinson's going to break away with it. Gets it to the line and then knocked down by Nesbitt. Nesbitt curls at his own blue line, forced back by Barkey. Dickinson, O'Reilly, and Bonk line up the blue line. The Spitfire's going to work it in here on the right side. Nesbitt plays it off the wall, cycles it back down for Belchez, trying to sling it out front. Now goes far side for Protas. To the slot, Spitfires bounce it around and finally get control. It's Cristoforo. Near side, Greentree, top of the circle, loads it up, but he just misses in the blocker side. Protas back to the middle for Cristoforo. Fluttering puck to Greentree, and Dickinson's going to get a chance to get it down the ice, and he will. Barkey forces Cristoforo back. Got to be careful with Barkey here, shorthanded, as he does a good job working that puck. Leads the Knights in scoring. 60 points coming in. Picked off by Cowan, right back in on the offense. Now Cowan slings one.
Minute mark of this hockey game. Windsor's had a power play, but you see this at times when good teams face each other. We got so much respect for both players, and all players on either team, that they are dialed in defensively, and both teams are content to really play that defensive style here, obviously in the first few shifts of this hockey game.
Well, the Knights coming off a 4-2 victory on Friday versus Erie. The Spitfires themselves coming off just their third loss at home this year. That one's close to being offside. Abraham spins it back towards the front of the net. Spitfires opened the scoring on Thursday night against Flint. And then it was all Flint from there on in. They scored 5 unanswered and beat the Spitfires by a final of 5-1.
They just seem to be off the mark a little bit. I know that Protas and Greentree, two of the snipers here for Windsor, had some chances.
Sim going to take the draw, lose it to the Spitfires, wrist around. Spellacy trying to get that speed going. Puck just didn't catch up to him.
Well, just like the Knights did when they were shorthanded, they won. The Spitfires win the draw and forced London to go back. Always big points in games of those draws to start.
Here's Sim looking over the shoulder of Costanzo, got a piece of it. Greentree knocks down the rebound. The Spits with time to find a seam and get it down the ice. Going to change it here. Montgomery comes back to it. Working the point with Bonk. Bonk gets it caught up in the feet. Protas distracts. It's going to be Halton carrying it down the middle. Halton attempt to get a shot off. Walton expected a penalty call there. He looked over his shoulder waiting for their arm to go up, and he might have got away with one.
I was actually expecting one there too.
Everybody but the officials thought otherwise. Chad Engels and Alex Ross, the referees tonight. Engels in his third year, 9 years for Alex Ross in the O. Barkey gets in wide. Bumped there by Kennedy. Devin Gale and Andrew Langhorne. Here's Allen over to Halton. Halton will be the trigger man, and they try to get that shot to him and through the legs, and it comes outside the line. 43 seconds left to man advantage. There for Halton. 7:20 to go in the first. No score. A feeling out process. The Spitfires have evened up the shot clock at 5. Stopping at the hash mark, Barkey. Bonk sends it into a crowd. Knocked out in front of the net. Away to the races goes Morneau. Looking for help. Games had to grab his stick. Morneau's by himself. Tries to move on Bonk. Circles the goal. Keeps his head up to leave for Kennedy. Kennedy into a crowd. Games in the corner. Doesn't see it. Now finds it. Rolling puck. Loose for Julian, and he'll slow things down and lift it out to center. Right to Cowan, though. Easton. Here's the booze. He'd love nothing more than to extend his regular season point streak, as that one comes in front of the net to 64 regular season games in a row. 27 games this season. Easton's got the puck now. Cowan circles at the blue line. Stopped. Trying to get loose as games. He's at the end of a shift. Long pass, they find Cowan again. That puck just finds him. Rolling puck. Nickel banks it back into the corner. Protas now trying to get position on Cowan. He does. Lifts the stick nicely. Lemieux waits on the far side. Leaves it in the space, but the Spitfires cannot clear. Barkey. Back to the middle. Off a couple of sticks and right back to Barkey. Greentree rolling puck finds Lemieux. He has to settle it down. Now Protas back for Lemieux. Misses the mark. Loose in front of the net. Spitfires can't find it. Cowan at the tail end of a shift. Reverse hit on Lemieux just to get that puck to the line and in. Continue on at the game. Gave him a thumbs up. Looks like we're good to go. A tough hockey fan here at the rink. So 131. Two-man advantage for the Knights. Cowan, Dickinson. He'll put some firepower out here. Watching him is Morneau. Switch with Barkey. Here on the near side is Holton in, cocked and ready. There's Cowan off the outside of the net. McThurin leaves there and it's Cristoforo.
Numerous shot threats here on this power play for the London Knights.
A lot of movement, hey, as you can see. Cowan moves it to the middle. There's Barkey, scores, and Cowan extends the streak, and the Knights go ahead 1-0.
Well, a lot more seams out here with a 5-on-3 opportunity for the Knights. Cowan elects to circle up top. Barkey slides into the position where Cowan was. A little rotation and a quick...
You're right, Nick. That insult to injury. Still lots of time on the Spellacy penalty. Easton Cowan wastes no time. He's got a 28-game point scoring streak this season, 64 total regular season games. Score sheet for a game of 2, I believe, in the playoffs last year. In front, Barkey looking for another one, and Costanzo robs him. Coming across the...
Well, this is a big save at a crucial point here as Barkey is all alone out front, drags that to his backhand.
Cowan. Kennedy is going to wrist it around, knocked down by Montgomery. To sit. Far side, Barkey. Quickly out, they'll score, no time whatsoever. Holtonen makes it 2-0. Dickinson from behind his own net. Falling and neutralizes Morneau, has to gain his skates again. He does. Puck comes loose. It's going to be McNamara. And that puck's going to get chipped up into the line. Is trying to set up the face-off. Walton challenged from behind. The January Academic Player of the Month for the West Division, Connor Walton. Classes at the Laurentian University, doing quite well. 29 seconds left of the period. Puck up the wing. Morneau gets it back. Spitfires would love to tag one on here to close the gap late in the first. They're going to be tough now as Montgomery wheels through neutral ice. Off his skates. Sim almost got that one to go in behind Costanzo. Montgomery steps up on Morneau. The clock winds down and will vanish here to the first. And the Knights, with a couple of power play goals, are ahead 2-0. Sim and Walton will discuss the first 20 minutes. Here in the pass, Woolley, the LA pick, gets it up onto the stick of Barkey. Backhanded near side for Cowan. Cowan wrists it in. Waiting for Nickel. Spitfires get there first. Nickel stays with it. Into the corner for Barkey. Quick pass to the middle. Cowan chases it down. Comes out from the corner. Back to the point. Bonk flutters one in high. And Costanzo stops. The Protas line out here with Greentree. And now Belches has moved back to the wing on this one. Started with Lemieux at the beginning of the game. Greentree is going to dump it in. This has been a line for about 2 weeks now for Spitfires. Out to the line. It's Barkey. Grabs a gear. Surveys. Into Nickel. Nickel slings that back towards the front of the nets.
It's been a pretty good line for the Spitfires in this recent stretch. Protas comes into tonight's game, a 6-game point streak. 7 goals, 8 assists for 15 points in those 6 games.
Picked up the assist on that lone goal on Thursday night in the 5-1 loss. Spitfires looking to get back in their winning ways. In their last 10, 6-4. Holding on firmly to that second spot in the Western Conference. Trailing the Knights by 8 points, 77-60. Cristoforo, Greentree back in the blue line. Spitfires can't win it, but they will get it back. Cristoforo moves it to the middle. Over for Protas. Protas from the dot. Loses the handle. He's going to chase it down behind the goal. It's unsuccessful, and it's hammered out by the Knights. Leading there's Carter Froggatt.
2 minutes for high sticking at 3 minutes, 6 seconds. Allen for high sticking.
Froggatt played on Thursday, allowed 4 goals in that 5-1 loss. Protas in over the line. Protas shot not much on it. Rebound comes out to Greentree all the way back from Cristoforo. He chokes up on that stick. To get control, and he'll move it far side now over for Greentree. Wants to get it back to Protas. Too hot for him to handle. Spitfires have to get back. Greentree's going to bail him out. He's going to do his best. Right onto the stick of Barkey. Drops for O'Reilly. And that's sent near side for Dickinson. All he could handle, Greentree was trying to fight off the 3 Knights charging into the zone. And now Barkey's got a lane. Barkey to the net. Stick lifted and puck goes wide.
Barkey has 1 shorthanded goal on the season. 1 of his 17 coming while shorthanded. Play tight into the house. But when they do get pressure, they jump.
Nesbitt starts by winning the draw off to Protas. Protas trying to send one into a crowd. Knocked down by the Knights. Barkey and O'Reilly out through center. O'Reilly, left side, the right-handed shot. Gets that to settle down, and Froggatt handled that like a bag of toys and right to the line. He reached back and grabbed it. Barkey steals. Froggatt out to make the save. Rebound. It's still loose. The Spitfires on a 1-on-4. Barkey does a great job shorthanded.
London Knights penalty to number 7, Easton Howard.
Far side, Cristoforo. Dickinson bumps him. Elliott settles it down for O'Reilly, and he's just going to turn and fire that ahead. And Barkey was waiting along at the blue line. He gets a skate cut up. Down he goes. It'll be Greentree. Exit his own zone. Onto the wing for Protas. The 3rd and 4th penalty, or points leaders, I should say, in the Ontario Hockey League. Pick that off and send it down the ice. Spellacy hustles from the bench to force Dickinson back. Greentree's been on for a while here. We'll see if he can get off for a change. Doesn't look like he's going to attempt to. He'll stay at center, and the Knights break out. Bonk on the right side. Watched by Spellacy. Comes up the wall. Barkey dives in. Barkey drops it off the back door. Spitfires get it back to the point. Power play's over. Here's Montgomery. Sends it into traffic. Greentree picks him off. Stick lifted by Barkey. And Barkey stays on the offense. Drops for Bonk. Bonk down Main Street. Knocked down Spitfires. Puck is loose, and it comes to Spellacy. He banks it off the wall and gets it back now. And the Spitfires can't get much further than that. Barkey waits here now. Takes the check from Eichler, and a couple of extra pushes at center.
Well, Denver Barkey's been the best hockey player in this game here tonight. Been a factor almost every shift he's been on the ice, but he's been excellent defensively.
Kennedy waits in front of the bench. Lifts it just inside the blue line. Brustevich back now. Trying to send a long pass to Barkey. Barkey, far side for Sim. Here's Garden. It's Belchez on the wing. Garden and Sim are battling in front of the Knights bench. They'll get separated and peel off. Spitfires trying to hit the late arriving Garden, and it's going to come back into the zone. Cristoforo's got to get there first and use the body for the line. He's kind of played up and down and been in different situations. Puck bounces out at center. Holton and batted at it. Comes back for Garden. Garden, the Michigan native. Lifts it in. Hicks on the forecheck. The defenseman playing forward. That goes up.
He's certainly going to grow in this league in the offensive department. You see that a number of times as players can make huge strides in their 17-year-old year. You see it happening with Jack Nesbitt this season. Get 1 season under your belt. Get a good summer to train. You know what the league's about. And you come back as a 17-year-old second-year player, just more prepared.
92 points last year. Was the captain of his Little Caesars team.
Both him and his teammate, Beckham Edwards, doing a good job as they've adjusted to the pace of play here in the Ontario Hockey League. Edwards and Sarnia. He's up there in rookie scoring as well.
Got a little bit of a snarky look from Garden on Thursday night when I accidentally said Bell Tire. You don't mess that up. That's a mistake. The Little Caesars team. Nesbitt's lost his stick. Holton is still in the zone and just gets back on side in time. Barkey drops for Holton into space for Julian. Here's Barkey down low, who has had some real good jump tonight. That one right up against the post. Froggatt's been perfect, so we'll look to win the draw and get things set up. Woodall's been good tonight back at the blue line. He's had an assist on the only Spitfire goal. Nesbitt, or rather, Spellacy was down low. That one stays inside the line, and Elliott saw that through a crowd. He'll hold on. And the Spits will win it back to Cristoforo. Greentree trying to get that puck down for Belchez. Doesn't make it. Now Greentree, some good hops to knock it down to the line. Back for Cristoforo. Sends one to the front of the net. Woolley bumps his man and now send it around the wall. Spitfire's got to be careful there as that puck's pumped ahead to O'Reilly. He's got to break to the net. O'Reilly leans on his man. Forehand knocked down by Froggett.
Right back into the hockey game.
That shot mentality is something you've talked about. The Spits need to get that going here. Protas back for Greentree. Greentree looking through a crowd. Protas now, they'll stay close to him. Down for Cristoforo. Greentree goes off the post. That was the outside of the post. Dives, though, to keep it alive for Cristoforo. 20 seconds left, a two-man advantage. Cristoforo sends one in wide of the net. Nesbitt's going to leave for Greentree. Spitfires working around. Protas from the dot into a crowd. Elliott's going to find it. Belchez gets a stick on it, but he's got the glove on it.
Jumping out here in 4 seconds.
Greentree shot, and that goes wide. And up and out of play, and Dickinson steps out just as it exits. They get a quick one with the man advantage. O'Reilly plays that smartly, just tucks it underneath the room and dumps it in the corner. And the Spitfires battle back. Lots of game left in this one. And the Spits will start with their number one unit, Belchez, along with Nesbitt and Greentree, Protas, and Cristoforo back at the point. And the Knights with their dangerous penalty kill. O'Reilly and Barkey, along with Bonk and Woolley, on the ice here to start the third period. Cristoforo dumps it back for Protas. Deals with a bouncing puck, will wheel in over the line now, trying to split the D. And he gets brought down to the corner. Barkey's going to hammer that behind the net, and then dumped out by Woolley. Greentree into the forecheck. Give Bonk a little bump. There's Stevich quickly up to Nickel. 3 minutes just about gone here now in the third. The Spitfires obviously talking about getting a quick jump in the period and see if we can get something going. They did, and it's going to come right to Protas. Down the gut, hands it off to Greentree. That one off the skate of Allen just wide. Now sent back towards the front of the net, Belchez. Puts it behind his back, but it'll be Cowan to pick it off, and he comes ahead. 3 out through center. They're moving. Barkey left side. Barkey's got a lane. Looking short side. Froggett kicked out that right pad. Now Barkey back to Nickel. And Woodall stands him up, separates him from the puck. Kennedy banks a pass to Carson. Carson, long lead pass now for Greentree. Greentree, one hand on it, just gets it in wide of Elliott. He'll bat it to the corner.
And Ethan Garden.
Lemieux backhander across the front of the net, went off a stick and up high. Now Lemieux's got to hustle to make it a 3-on-3. Ustavic carries the trailer. Halton hammers one. Blocker saved by Froggett. The Spitfires chop it to the line. Bonk gets back in time. Now Barkey leaves for Haltonen. Dangerous. Casper Haltonen knocked it down, and it's Morneau. Turns it the other way for Greentree. Right on the tape. Greentree loads one up, and that goes off a leg and into the corner. Here's Liam. Overskates it. Nickel. Outlet for Dickinson and snaps it to Barkey. Quickly up on the wing for Cowan. Kennedy's got to hustle back. Cowan controls. He's extended his point streak. Moves it to the middle. His shot knocked down. Spitfires get it to the line. Dickinson holds it in. Now Nickel. Kennedy stays with him. Moves it back for Dickinson. Off the leg of Protas, who's got 2 goals. Ahead for Liam Greentree. And Bonk does a good job handling the Spitfire captain. And now Barkey spins it back for Nickel. Dumped right back into the corner. Here's Easton Cowan out the short side for Barkey. He turns away from his man. And now a penalty coming to Cristoforo. Took Barkey down. Elliott goes to the bench. Tipped in front. Froggett will hold on. And Haltonen just barrels through Nesbitt. Puck goes back in behind the Spitfire net. Nesbitt hammers it high off Montgomery, and it bounces just inside the lineup. Spellacy's got a lane. Spellacy scores! A short-handed beauty by Spellacy!
In front of the London Knights bench. And the Spitfires have cashed in here shorthanded in the third to get their first lead of the hockey game.
That was the step by Spellacy on a very good defenseman to back him up. Morneau loses the handle. Bonk will break it up. And once he had that step, he was off to the races. And he didn't miss. The Spits have their first lead of the night. Still going to kill off this penalty, though. 1:20 left in it. Bonk gets away from Spellacy. Near side halted it. Off his stick to Sim. Sim in over the line. Muscles it towards the middle. The Spitfires break it up and send it out.
Spellacy's first shorthanded goal of the season is the difference so far in this hockey game.
I was wondering what his signing that contract, getting that weight off your shoulders, if that would loosen him up a little bit. Did that last week. And the Spitfires now take the 4-3 lead. Tight in front now, and it's going to be Nesbitt to lift it past the defenseman.
Spellacy's moved back to the tent to sit back, but the Spitfires certainly showing signs here that they want to stretch this one-goal lead to 2.
Well, for the first time tonight, they can use this crowd to their advantage. They've been behind all night. Finally, get something going. Good Spitfire crowd tonight against the rival London Knights. And they won't be back here until March 16th. Morneau stops, moves it to the middle. Garden shot just missed. Mathurin sends it rink wide, gets past Garden. Here's Allen, an empty wing. Spitfires get to it first. It's Nesbitt. Back to Mathurin. Mathurin changes the angle, and that just missed on the short side. Montgomery will get to it first. Nesbitt got a piece of it, but it finally comes out to center. Less than 7 to go now. Barkey, and that one again. Froggett holds on
for it when necessary, regularly killing a penalty. He's certainly going to be doing that here as they trail by 1 late in the third.
Belchez on the backhand. Nesbitt set up in the middle. Bonk tries to separate the puck from Belchez. He gets it back. Floats one back to Protas. Near side, Cristoforo. Captain Greentree off the hash marks. Sifts it down to Belchez, trying to go short side in tight. And Elliott stood his ground, and then the pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Able to avert some danger there. He had 2 London Knight penalty killers converging on him. He was able to get it low to Belchez.
Nesbitt wins that clean. Cristoforo, I thought he broke the stick. He didn't, just fanned on it. Greentree toe picks, and Dickinson gets it down low, shorthanded. Protas sidesteps the defenseman. Now Cristoforo on the far side, watched by O'Reilly, shoveled up the wall. Barkey got to it. The Spitfires force him back outside the line. And now Nesbitt gets it in for Protas. He's got a lane to the net. Protas off the glove of Elliott. Greentree knocked down by O'Reilly. He's got to hustle back. Cristoforo trying to help out too. Liam just enough to break it up. Good second effort. And now the Spits out at center, and they've got numbers. If Belchez can turn it around, they stay just onside. Belchez, that one on the outside of the net. Belchez, Nesbitt in the middle. Spitfires, 45 seconds left, man advantage. Woodall trying to get one through to the front of the net. Comes loose for Abraham. Abraham down for Greentree. He's been on the entire power play. Greentree from an angle, and that goes off a stick and out of play. And he'll get a chance. Power play continues for 32 seconds. Spits win it. Lemieux back to Woodall. He's going to be quick. Got a rolling puck to deal with there. Now he's got another one, and he's going to deal with Barkey on his back. Here's Woodall. Gets that puck ahead for Abraham, and they're going to crisscross. Morneau gets it back. Noah, right side, stops. Drops back for Woodall. Little half clapper, had Spellacy down low. Puck loose off to the side of the net. Wraparound try is going to come all the way out to center, and that should do it for the power play. Spellacy trying to put that back in front of the net. Spitfires. O'Reilly leans in. Nesbitt for the Spits, and Nesbitt wins it. Spits hammered around, waiting for it is Greentree. Makes the move, tries to get by Barkey. Greentree pushing it ahead, tries to dive. Dickinson cuts him off. That breakout play by the Spits as Nesbitt trying to shoot it towards the empty cage. Knocked down by Dickinson. O'Reilly now back for Cowan. 1:19 on the clock. Protas turns, and blocked there by Barkey. He does it all. Spellacy gets caught up in the linesman, and now Cowan keeps it out. Here's Protas dishing to the middle. Spellacy rips one over the crossbar. Mark those down as some defensive plays by the Knights. Abraham now knocks down the clearing attempt, and finally Cowan will have some room. Moves it ahead. Onto the stick of Bonk. He's in over the line to the wing now for Haltonen. Down for Bonk. Cristoforo trying to play it on the forehand. Manages to get it to the wing. Knocked down. Spitfires without a stick. Protas gets it ahead. Rolling puck. Can't do much with it. Back it over the line. Abraham, new twig. He's back on the ice. Here's Cowan. Trying to center. Protas breaks it up. He moves it back in behind the goal, trying to center. The Spitfires, they're loose. Froggatt stays on the post. Bonk's shot was blocked. Nesbitt gets wallpapered from behind. And now Cristoforo, they're all in there. Abraham, too. Punches being thrown. And a lot of wrestling going on.